Okay, welcome back, vintage gamers, to more March of the Machine vintage action. This card has been popping up in all kinds of content creators' YouTube channels, and I want in on the action. So, Ancient Imperiosaur is a big, huge dino. It is a trampling, warding creature that you can cast with Convoke, and for every creature you use to Convoke it, it gets more counters. So if you use 7 creatures to Convoke this, it is a 20/20 Trample Ward 2. My first gut instinct with this card was we can put it in Hogak or similar Aggrovine style decks, and it will function as a bad Hogak, and it would probably be playable. And I was like, okay, that's what we're gonna do. So I made that list. I tried that list, and the stupid Aggrovine deck is so broken that this 4 cards were never cast, nor were they ever relevant. And my deck just kept killing everyone too fast. I think I went 4-1 with 4 Imperiosaurs in my deck and never cast them at all. So I decided we had to make our deck worse so that we could play Ancient Imperiosaur. And there aren't really very many Convoke decks in Vintage because playing creatures is worse than playing Ancestral Recall. So what we're going to do is I have gone back to the very beginning of when I first ported Elves into Vintage. Now, if you've been following the Elf Adventure on my channel, you'll know that our most recent versions look very much like the Cradle, Control, Fiend Artisan toolbox decks that Newton is playing in Legacy. And I think those decks are actually extremely good because they are actually very good against a Saga or Artifact-dominated metagame by having uncounterable Collector Roofs, Force of Vigors, and a toolbox land suite to beat Bazaar. However, those decks are very clunky. And I'm not saying this deck isn't clunky, but when I want to play a bunch of creatures in an Imperiosaur, those decks are not doing the job I needed. So we've gone back in time to the true Elf combo deck with Glimpse of Nature, Heritage Druids, Nettle Sentinels, a variety of the combo-oriented pieces with Quirion Rangers, Symbiotes, Elvish Visionaries, etc. And we're going to try to deploy as many creatures as fast as we can and put a big dino in play and hope it's good enough. Glimpse of Nature should help in that regard, and obviously 4 Cradle is the backbone of this deck. This deck is almost Legacy legal. The things that are not Legacy legal are obviously the Black Lotus, the Mox Emerald, the Deathrite Shamans, and you really wouldn't play 4 Force of Vigor in the main Legacy, but in Vintage, Force of Vigor kind of gives you a pseudo Force of Will crutch, where you actually have free interaction against some of the combo decks in the format. And so it actually ends up being quite good. And I think I do think the strongest part of this deck is Allosaurus Shepherd plus Force of Vigor as uncounterable Force of Vigor, Allosaurus Shepherd plus Collector Roof / Green Sun Zenith as uncounterable Collector Roof. If a meta game is very artifact dependent, these green-based Force of Vigor decks can work. That is worth saying because if we pair against Doomsday, we are 0% to win the game. We just cannot beat Doomsday. No matter how I build these decks, no matter what I do, you can play 4 Archive Trap, 4 Mindbreak Trap in the sideboard. You cannot beat Doomsday. So I've decided we're going to ignore Doomsday, and we're just going to put dinosaurs in play and hope that's good enough. Let's see what happens. If you'd like to see your deck played on this channel, check out the Patreon link in the description below, where you can find all the information you need to submit a donation deck list. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Round 1 of this Vintage League. We're up against Frowning Table, who is typically on Bazaar or Workshops. This hand is actually really close to playable against both of those decks. The problem is if they know what we're on, they actually are heavily incentivized to counter things like Mox Emerald. And we actually don't have other mana sources currently. We do have Force of Vigor if they are on Shops, but... Well, it is very specifically playable against... Well, it's not really playable. We really need 1 mana source. I actually think this hand is very close to perfect if this Imperiosaur is a forest. But the biggest problem here is if my opponent plays a Sphere of Resistance, I can't actually play my Force of Vigor, right? If I had any land, even if this Emerald was a land, I think I would keep this hand. But because this Emerald is not a land, I'm going to mulligan this hand. This hand's great. Totally fine. I am going to keep Vigor. It could be bad if my opponent is on Bazaar, but if they're on Workshops, obviously Vigor is our best card. I am just going to bottom the Reclaimer. I don't think we're going to need that. Opponent is a Bazaar gamer, but also plays Prison Shops. Okay, so they are on Bazaar. I wouldn't bottom the land here because I'm not planning on hitting land with Once Upon a Time. I'm planning on casting spells. I wouldn't bottom a second land. I don't have a lot of lands in this deck, so you actually really want to have your first two lands. So with my opponent being on Bazaar, I think we are going to have problems. If my opponent is on Dredge again, then this hand is just not going to get the job done. In fact, very few of my game one hands are going to get the job done against Dredge. Post board, we have obviously tons and tons of cards, but in the main, I chose not even to play like a single strip mine or scavenging ooze or anything. I really just decided to not play very much interaction and just try to do my thing. Maybe they'll play two hollow ones and we can vigor them. Doesn't look like it. So unfortunately, my opponent is on Dredge, which means we have to just like have a crazy combo turn, which I guess theoretically could happen, but probably not. We did draw a Cradle, so now I am punished for keeping the second land, which I'm sure Ian will quickly comment in chat. Technically, Deathrite Shaman helps eat Dredgers, but it's going to be too slow here. So if I were to draw a elf, man, it's just not going to be fast enough. Nothing we do is going to be fast enough. I have actually tried Repudiate, if that's how you say it. I have actually tried that card as an uncounterable stifle thing. I think I'm going to take the Gaia's Cradle, but none of this is fast enough. I don't know how else to play through this, though. So I think we just play, die, and go to our next game. I mean, we could technically have conceded after our opponent played the Dredge cards, but we're here for the content, right? It might even be like technically the best competitive choice to concede there. Oh, those were bad Dredges. Those were pretty bad Dredges. 2 ghouls, no Icarids, no Narcomoebas. See what they drew for off return. Dredge 4. If they miss here, they have only shells. They missed again. Okay, those were the worst possible Dredges I've ever seen. But they have second Bazaar, so nothing matters. Okay, awesome. Let's start. Now we can go to game 2. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. All right, cool. So I have ley lines, and I have 4 endurances, and I have Rex Sage hitting a hollow one. And then I'm going to take out Vigor, and I'm going to take out... I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. Collector Roof, obviously. I need to cut 4 more cards. I am going to trim 1 of every kind of card, because I have no idea. Perfect. Suit them up. I guess you could... I mean, I actually think Imperiosaur might actually be good here. Kind of hard to say. All right. My hand does not contain a Ley Line of the Void, nor does it contain an Endurance. However, it does contain a Deathrite Shaman. Deathrite Shaman can be okay, but it normally needs a Wasteland follow-up, which we don't have in our deck. But we could technically go Deathrite Shaman on turn 1, and then we can go Shepherd, Cradle, Green Sun. We're just not playing a Haste Enabler. I think they're all bad. I thought about, Hollow the Bandit Lord and Concurrent Crossroads, and I think they're all just bad. I just decided not to play them. I just don't think that one Deathrite Shaman ever beats Dredge without a Wasteland. But I also really hate the idea of mulliganing to Leyline. I'm just trying to think if there's a world where this is slows them down enough. Whatever, I'm gonna give it a try. I don't want to mull the Leyline. My opponent maybe could mulligan to help us out a little bit here. And then the Deathrite might get better. I think this hand is kind of good. besides the fact that it doesn't have a ley line. Obviously, if this Deathrite gets forced, it's worse, but I guess if it gets forced, it's really bad. Well, that's unfortunate. Like we can eventually Green Sun for an Endurance, but now we're pretty far away from doing that. But, I mean, how am I gonna stop a Bizarre player, really? Just a Shambling Shell here, and I'm getting griefed. Okay. So they have one card and one Shambling Shell in the yard. This could be worse. I assume they just take this Green Sun Zenith. I don't think the Shepherd matters at this point, so... Yeah, so we're just going to play Shepherd and fetch a Dryad Arbor, and then... Got him. All right, everything is doomed. Everything is super doomed. All right, I need them to not have any dredgers. Survey says. They dredged and hit a Golgari Thug. Okay, they dredge and they hit a no dredger there. So just a Narcomoeba and an Amalgam double grief. This is not that bad. This could definitely be worse. No, Dredge is the best performing Bizarre deck currently. Though they did keep a Wasteland in their hand and kill my Dryad Arbor, which is bad. Nettle Sentinel. Do I keep that to play? No, I think I just get everything in play and then hope something goes well next turn. Sure, I will untap my Nettle Sentinel. Thank you for asking. There are 3 hollow ones in the bin, but hollow ones don't really matter at this point. It's all about the dredges, and this dredge hit a Stinkweed Imp, and that dredge hit a Stinkweed Imp, so we're now pretty much past the point of no return. How many? Well, not really. We're gonna get hit for 1 million here, but if we hit Green Sun Zenith for Endurance or just hardcast Endurance, it's not that bad for us. I think an Endurance here might salvage this game. I hit Gaia's Cradle. So I can attack for 15, 16, 17. I actually have a lethal attack if they didn't have a Narcomoeba. That is crazy. No, because they wouldn't be Elves anymore. No, they would be Elves still. I actually had a lethal attack if there was no Narcomoeba. All right. In the absence of a lethal attack, do I still attack for any amount of damage? They chump, and then they have... Nah, we're just dead. Endurance is a fog? Endurance puts their whole thing back, and then they have no dredgers, and I have a 3-4 of... I think Endurance actually wins this game. I mean, maybe it's only... I mean, it only buys me some time, but, like, I have an Allosaurus Shepherd. It buys me a lot of time. I think an Endurance would have been great there. Pretty sure we were winning with an Endurance or Green Sun. But I think we're dead here. So if I chump block... I really can't win if I chump block, though. They have all the chills left in their deck. 3 chills or something. Even if we chump block, we like could still die anyways. They have triple Icarid. No, I can pump at any time, but I'm not going to have enough mana to pump on their turn and block. Because I have to use my Cradle and play a new Cradle. So... I'm just seeing nothing. I'm seeing no outs. I'm gonna strike the hearts in the fear of Mirror Zoomers and just hit them with the 17 damage here and hope they don't attack or don't block. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dead even if I don't attack. So, or even if I like hold everyone back, and then I have no winning lines. So unlucky. We had a almost lethal attack actually, which is pretty crazy. All right, I'm not gonna make them do it. Even if we hit Elves there, we can use the Leaf Crown Visionary to draw cards. Like, we basically had to hit non-land. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Round 2. Hopefully our opponent lets us play some Magic with them. It'd be fun. It'd be a good time. I just want to play a dinosaur. This hand slaps. This is like... Oh, these hands are great. These hands are a good time. Absolutely a great time. These are the hands where you're just like, aha, I am playing Legacy combo elves, but actually, am I not really playing Legacy? So a trick here, not a trick, correct sequencing is going to be leading on Black Lotus, because if you lead on Allosaurus Shepherd, then they know that the Black Lotus might be the only counterable thing. So what we're going to do is lead on Black Lotus and then cast Allosaurus Shepherd, then cast Glimpse of Nature, then cast Heritage Druid, Deathrite Shaman, make 3 mana, then cast Elvish Visionary, and then we'll see where we go from there. This hand is sweet, though. This hand very much benefits by being a game 1 hand, where my opponent knows not to counter, or doesn't know to counter this Black Lotus. All right, Allosaurus Shepherd, Glimpse of Nature, Heritage Druid, draw a card. That's an extra. It's only 1 extra mana, right? It's only 1 extra mana. But we take our 1 extra manas. Deathrite Shaman, draw. Second Glimpse of Nature. I don't play enough elves to know if you're supposed to do this second Glimpse of Nature here. This is a FNM promo. So I think it should be in paper too. I think I owned these when I was playing standard. What was the deck that had the Jace Fern's Prodigy and it returned everything from the yard? That deck was sweet. I'm gonna cast this Glimpse of Nature. It sounds like fun. We draw another 1-drop. It's. I was gonna say if we draw another 1-drop, it's worth it. We did not draw another 1-drop. Unlucky. All right. I mean, we're almost lethal, right? If we drew a 1-drop, we had a lethal attack on the next turn. Actually, if my opponent just has like a Wasteland, though, it's kind of bad. No, I have definitely not always been a combo gamer. All right, Workshop Gaming. We're in a good spot to be Workshop Gaming, especially with our Gaia's Cradle not being Wastelanded. I did draw through a bunch of garbage. True. It's just like kind of sad because if we hit a 1-drop off of this Visionary or the draw 2 from the Visionary, then we get to draw another 2, which would have been great. What was the deck that I was talking about though? It had Jace Fern's Prodigy, it had Reflector Mage, Elvish Visionary. That deck was sweet. Are we getting turn 1 Volkid? That would be super sad. I don't have a Vigor or anything. No, it's just turn 1 Time Vault. That does not sound like a great hand unless they have a key afterwards. All right, so Gaia's Cradle is a lethal. That is not a Gaia's Cradle. So I can hit him for 15, but I'm concerned. Sorry, I'm itching again. I'm concerned that hitting for 15 isn't good enough. I'd like to find Collector Oof, but Once Upon a Time doesn't find me Green Sun Zenith. Yes, Rally the Ancestors. That's the one. Because currently I can make 5 mana without tapping the Deathrite. I can make 6 mana while tapping the Deathrite, which gives me an attack for 15. So it's just not good enough. So we have to cast Once Upon a Time here. I'm looking for Collector Roof. I have hit absolutely nothing. Okay. I hit the Collector Roof. Nice. My opponent, I have an Ancient Imperiosaur, which I would really like to cast, but I will take my Collector Roof and run with it. So I'm going to play Deathrite Shaman, and then I'm going to tap some Elves. And I'm going to play Collector Oof. And then now my next turn is lethal, and we're not on the verge of dying. So we searched, what, 10 cards deep and found the 1 Collector Oof. Not bad. Maybe I'm supposed to actually fetch once we find the Collector Roof so that I can get the Dryad Arbor. I had the mana to do that, right? I don't think it's Jewel Shops because my opponent was F6 on turn 1. It's just Golos. Just a weird Golos keep. See, I kind of assume they have Key in their hand, but it feels weird for them not to play Key off of their Workshop on turn 1. Maybe they're trying to play around Vigor. I mean, if they have Tabernacle here, it would be good if we didn't have Cradle. It's still actually good if they have Tabernacle here for them because I won't be able to pump and to kill them. I'll have to use my Cradle to save all my people. They did not find Tabernacle. Maybe they thought this came into play untapped. I think my opponent might be new. That is my assumption. I think they thought this came into play untapped because it doesn't make a lot of sense to do that otherwise. Or that, you know, it could just be new to the deck. You know, who knows? I don't actually think Collector Roof is that good. I'm just bringing cards I might play. A Collector Roof, Grist, Rex Sage. Like I'm kind of not sure we want to play Glimpse in this matchup. But I don't actually think Collector Roofs are better. I think one Collector Roof is more than enough. I definitely want Rex Sage and Grist, though. Maybe the answer is just like 2 Glimpses out. And just play in a couple more Haymakers or things like that. I don't think we need more Collector Roofs. Typically, Collector Roof is not actually good against a Golos deck. Like having the ability to find it is good, but I don't think I need more than one. Yeah, they could have kept a hand that had like Trinisphere or Sphere Resistance, and then that's a very fair point. That's a very fair point, Nami. Good. I still think it's kind of odd that they don't have a Tabernacle or couldn't, you know, most of the time when you play Golos, the real reason to play Golos is so you can have a Tabernacle in your main. I guess Tabernacle is worse than Strip Mine if Strip Mine came into play untapped, for what it's worth. Okay, this hand has a Force of Vigor, so I'm probably keeping it. It has the best green card to pitch to Force of Vigor. It will make the Force of Vigor have dinosaur sounds, so really powerful. This is good, though. This finds basic forest, and I mean, it's not great because we don't have any ramp, but I have a Force of Vigor, and I have a forest, so I'm probably keep this in. We can even Vigor pitching a dinosaur and still have a dinosaur. No. Please, no. I hate Arena sounds and animations. That was... I wish you... Arena has no reason not to be able to turn them off. You made this game from scratch. You could have built in toggleable animations. I hated those. Testing for the PT was painful. All right. That's a hell of a hand. But we have answers. We have plenty of answers. I don't want to like have a huge Imperiosaur roaring on my screen. I just want to play a game of Magic, okay? I just want it to be a 2020 and kill my opponent. All right, so I'm gonna wait. I don't want to, you know, my opponent is getting taxed by their sphere, so I don't want to. Interesting. Do they have a Saga? Wow. That is extremely painful for us. So now we have to kill Crucible Saga. I guess I probably should have done that with on the stack, but... Oh, yeah, I mean, I understand why they did it. I just feel like you can do it and still put, you know, an option. It's the worst option menu of all time. There should be so many things that are toggleable and just aren't. All right, so I have to hit Saga Crucible here, or I'm not going to be able to play a long game. There's some problems with this play, as it doesn't unlock me from Sphere Resistance, and I have weaknesses, and I actually can't play any spells. But I have to do what I have to do. Like, I can't make this play and go kill Sphere, leave Saga, because I don't die. And I can't make this play and kill... Yeah, I just can't make any other play than that. I have to hit a land here. I didn't hit a land here. I have to hit exactly a non-creatal land, which is unfortunate. But at least my opponent is not doing anything either. They are short on lands as well. I still think this game is going to be hard even if I hit a land because I'm just so slow. But at least we'll start scaling. Ruby. Okay. All right. That means they can play a 3-drop next turn, which could be bad for me. I have not hit another land. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think my play was forced. If I could have hit a sphere, it would have been a lot better, right? We could play a 1-drop, 2 1-drops, but I just don't think there was a world where I can hit a sphere. My opponent had too many threats. All right, still no play from the opponent. That means their hand's got to be like all Goloses. Why is Sphere unrestricted? Make this Thorn of Amethyst, then we can play spells. If I hit Sphere Saga and tried to race, I feel like that is highly optimistic against Time Vault. It's not a very fast... it's a very fast clock. All right, Nettle Cyst. The race is on here. I need it probably this turn, maybe next turn. Still missing. That is sad. I feel like this was totally an easy win if we can hit a land, but... I mean, we can still hit another Vigor, right? So the game is not over. Like, if we hit a Vigor, we can kill Nettle Cyst Sphere. So there's still like tons of draws. So I guess we have more time. But in terms of hitting a land, I feel like last turn might have been the last turn. Chalice on 1. I discarded the Allosaurus Shepherd. All right. Well, fair game. Fair game. Chalice on 1 doesn't actually stop our deck, but it does if I discard my Allosaurus Shepherd. I guess I should not have done that. I would actually be totally fine here if I discarded any other card. That's super sad. Because I could just chump this forever. No, it was totally fine. I just played horribly. I did not consider top deck Chalice on 1. There's no real, like, the Shepherd's not going to do anything besides beat Chalice, but that's good enough reason. Like, if I play an Allosaurus Shepherd through Chalice this turn, then I take one more hit, and then I play a 1-drop every turn and block. I'll be winning. Yeah, I played badly. I just played horribly. It's my own fault. They also missed a damage here. It's okay. Well, it's it's not. Chalice on 1 is not good against our deck at all. It's very bad, but it was really good because I'm really bad. I did not foresee that circumstance. It's really awkward because if Chalice was unrestricted, I feel like I would see that circumstance because I would be more, in tune with what opponent could play that would be harmful to me, right? But with Chalice restricted, you just see it so seldom and you just don't think about it. All right. Let's try this again. That's a hand. Okay. No, that is not a fix. No, I would rather Chalice just be banned. I think Chalice is just a dumb card. Personally, I think Chalice is like not an interesting card and not a fun card, and just a horribly designed card. There's like nothing positive about Chalice. So no. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously not banned because it's vintage, but like if I had a format and I was making a format, I would not allow Chalice in my format. But like, I don't, it doesn't need to be banned for power level reasons. I just want to ban because I don't like it. Like Chalice on Zero is the most unfun thing because the whole point of being in vintage is playing Moxen, and you like play your Chalice on Zero, and then your opponent can't play Moxen, and it's like, what are we doing here? All right, what am I doing here? I like Basic Forest. I like Elvish Reclaimer. I like Beseiju. Gigantosaur is just not the same for content. Not the same. I mean, all these cards are pretty good. I don't really know what the right one is, but I'm kind of leaning towards get Elvish Reclaimer, as it's going to go well with my Heritage Druid and help give me backup against Wasteland. All right, let's see what my opponent's 7-card Golos hand looks like this time. Urza's Saga. All right, Saga Gaming. And Emerald, okay. And Ruby, okay. And Sapphire, okay. Imagine if I had Chalice on Zero. And Pearl, okay. That's a few Moxen. If I had, that's a few Moxen. There's a couple Moxen on the other side of the table. And they just went straight for the Tabernacle, huh? Okay. I don't have to Vigor now. I can Vigor on their turn. They could actually almost do this Golos. So I could technically oof them. Just not this turn. But at some point I could oof them here. I'm going to have to Vigor anyways, so I'll let them pay for this Golos and we'll Vigor on their upkeep. It certainly stymies my deployment of the creatures here. It's just going to be a really slow... I think I'm just going to... I want to get Collector Roof off this Green Sun Zenith, so... Unfortunately, it looks like Ancient Imperiosaur is becoming one with Vigor. All right, chat. Which one are we killing? Sapphire? Nah, I guess we'll just kill the Golos. If I pay and then I play... If they don't play a Sphere this turn, I can oof them this turn. I don't think this Golos matters. All right. I mean, if I get Wastelanded, I just lose the game on the spot, though. So I guess that, there's some problems. All right, Workshop. So we can kill off the Golos. Though Workshop is kind of annoying for my collector. Oh, my lord. Well, never mind. We're going to lose to Shops. Embarrassing. All right, we're going to draw a Rex Sage off the top of our library. I mean, the oof isn't that good anymore because like killing the Golos, who cares? All right, so I'm just going to leave everyone back, which lets me activate Reclaimer. I want to try to get this thing to become a 3/4 so I can block. This thing does not stop lands from entering the battlefield, so we're okay for now. Things are fine. So what we can do is take a hit, and then at the end of turn, we can turn this forest into a fetch land. Yes, I know. I will not fetch a Dryad Arbor into the cage. I've learned my lesson on that one. I've learned my lesson on that one a little bit too many times. Does Grist work? I don't know, man. Maybe. Oh, I actually don't have enough mana to Reclaimer, huh? Because I had to tap the Reclaimer to make mana. No one said anything. They just believed me. Okay, never mind then. I should have attacked. I missed 2 points of damage. I assume the Grist doesn't work, but what do I know? It's a creature on the stack, and it's a creature until it enters the battlefield or something. I don't know. Someone Google it. Somebody, not me. I don't think it works. Okay. Dope. All right, so there's nothing I can do with this Green Sun Zenith because I can't get creatures into play. I will attack with my Heritage Druids. And hold up my Reclaimer activation. I am bleeding a little bit from this Golos, but it's fine. I can get this thing to become a 3/4 soon. I don't really have any fun targets with this, but at least I'm protected from Wasteland now. That's actually kind of important. And maybe we'll draw, I don't know. We're pretty close to a dinosaur. We're 1 mana from a dinosaur. I mean, we should really just draw Rex Age, or we can actually hardcast Vigor. Hardcast Vigor would be hella dope. Big fan. All right, they found a key. Okay. That actually is kind of annoying. That actually is kind of annoying. I can't chump if I need to. I can't brick wall this anymore. Though they can't activate it yet, so. Alright, I'm going to get, yeah, I can't get Beseiju. I can get Dryad Arbor, but that doesn't actually help me really. I think I'm just gonna go get one of my fetch lands. Yes, I know I can't get Dryad Arbor. And I'm aware. We talked about this already. We just talked about this. What'd I say? What'd I say? Okay. This Deathrite would help us if we could block. Which we can't. Which is a little annoying. Well, we might be able to. Who knows? I say many things. I say, hey, I'm a sayer of things. All right. What are we doing? I can't attack now because they can untap their Golos with Manifold Key. This is definitely a game of Magic the Gathering. If they didn't have the cage, things would be so bad for them. Watch them just like top deck Time Vault and murder us. Oh, they did just hit a Ghost Quarter. The good news is I have my Reclaimer up. The bad news is I don't have my fetch up. All right, they have a play. They have a play here. Is it a what is it? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Make a 3/4. Block this. I don't think there's anything good to search for anymore. Man, things are bad. Things are very bad. Things are horrible. How can we just only draw lands? All right. Maybe I should let my Heritage Druid die to the Tabernacle so I can gain 2 life. I feel like we'd be fine. There's so many good draws in our deck. Like, we could draw an Allosaur Shepherd. Wait, they're just not going to do anything? All right, I mean, this is fine. This works for me. It's just, we're just drawing dead. No cards that matter. I guess I could have, like, let that die and got a forest, but whatever. I only have so many fetchables left in my deck. Maybe I should have done that. Yeah, I probably should have let that die and then just sack the Wooded Foothills instead. Right, eat my Heritage Druid. I'm almost out of fetchables, so maybe not. I really have hit a lot of my things. All right, I'm going to pay with these now in case I draw a Shepherd. That doesn't actually help me. Bruh! Shepherd's not even going to kill him anymore because of the Worm Coil. I've just only drawn lands. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. +1. I only have 18 of these in my deck. I've had 11 of them are in my battlefield. Or I guess my graveyard is not part of my battlefield. Whatever. Craterhoof doesn't matter. I can't draw a non-creature spell. Or sorry, non-land. I'm drawing a lot of non-creatures that are not spells, so. Sad Justin. I don't know how many more. Man, that's so bad for me. I got pretty punished for leaving this Golos in play, huh? Now they're just not attacking with Golos. How dare I kill that Sapphire? It's kind of funny. Like, if we had... I don't think I'm supposed to get the other forest. I mean, I just think we were fine. It wasn't that big a deal. We just did not draw any action. The cage was the biggest deal for sure. That cage was brutal. I really don't think, like, I really think from that situation we're supposed. Come on! Can I be more like serious? Are we serious? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have only... I have so few left in my deck. Like, imagine drawing Force of Vigor. Imagine. I'll lose to Golo Shops. It's a fate worse than death. It's not a fate worse than losing to Bug, but it's pretty close. They hit all 5 Moxen! Yo, they let the Golos die? Oh, they found the line! I don't have enough creatures in my yard to eat. I didn't think they saw the line, to be honest with you. Losing this game is sad. Like, this is our good matchup, probably. We would have just hard cast this? Okay, battling. Keepers. What do you got for us? Okay, Mox Pearl, okay. Not a Bazaar of Baghdad. Ancient Tomb, Mono White Gamer, Mono White Gamer. Dahlia, we don't care about Dahlia. Dahlia is great. A+ with Dahlia again. Well, Dredge is not really bizarre. I was thinking Vine, to be fair. I did want to face Shops. I actively think our deck is great against Shops, especially Prison Shops. All right. What kind of initiative gaming are we doing tonight? What do you got for us? You know what I mean, not me. You know what I mean. Wait, pass? I'm just the most unlucky player in the entire world, so... You know, it happens. I don't know if the order we cast these things in matters. But it looks good for us. I think this is getting solituded. Yeah. So I guess I had to play Heritage Druid last. I should have seen that coming. It's fine. We're going to hide the Shepherd. Hide our true power level here. If we don't get Wastelanded, we're in great shape. Yeah, I definitely should have played the Heritage Druid last, which would have let me theoretically play another spell. I mean, if I play the Heritage Druid last and they get rid of like a Nettle Sentinel in response, then we can play... Yeah, we'll probably be able to play like another spell. Another pass? What do they have? Like another Solitude? I mean... So I can play Allosaurus Shepherd, and I actually can't activate any of these Deathray Shamans. I see. I mean, if we just get a Collector Roof, then they can't play Magic either. What? We could also get a Lord. That could be fun. Could get the Elf Crown Visionary. Get an Elf Crown Visionary, and then I can't actually pay, huh? Maybe I'm just supposed to cast Once Upon a Time. The elf that fetches lands only insulates us from waste if we... I mean, it like if they draw it later. Getting wasted activates our Deathray Shamans. I don't know. I guess we're already threatening lethal, so maybe it's fine. Why can't it be a Crown of Elves instead? It makes some sense, though. I buy it. Oh, whatever. Stop, Nettle Sentinel. We don't care. This Thalia does hold down the fort, though. We could get another Heritage Druid. That's an interesting idea. That we can lets us cast a single Once Upon a Time. No, 2 Once Upon a Times. I mean, if they don't have a Wasteland, they just immediately die, right? Because we have Cradle Lethal. I made another deck that's too good. The Dino will never happen. I will never cast a stupid dinosaur. My decks are broken. All right. This matchup actually I don't think is very good. We have some Dismembers and some Grist. It's not bad, but it's got some problems. And we take out these Force of Vigors, and we bring in Endurance. And then, man, Glimpse is like so bad here. Unless. Glimpse might be better than playing 3/4s. I mean, we could just play a bunch of more oof. It's not a bad idea, actually. Maybe we'll just play no Glimpse. Glimpse seems bad anyways. Let's play Endurance and some oofs. I'm big. I buy this. I buy this. Yeah, sure, why not? What's the worst that could happen? Chancellor? Well, you're not always able to tap your creatures for mana. You only can tap your creatures for mana when you have Heritage Druid. That doesn't always happen. But it is somewhat of the improvised problem, true. Oh, they have a Chancellor. All right, so turn 1, Cavern, Human, Thalia, Chancellor. We get a no Thalia. All right, well, if we get Wastelanded, things are bad. Would I rather get my Green Sun Zenith countered or a Nettle Sentinel? I think I want to have my Green Sun Zenith countered. What's my Green Sun Zenith getting me here? Nothing. And what if they play a Thalia or something? Let's just do that. Justice Chamber doesn't make the green mana, which I actually think is. I mean, like you could make an even worse deck that does the dinosaur, but like I don't think it's a good idea. You just top deck a Moxen so you can play a Seasoned Dungeoneer. That's kind of evil, isn't it? All right, it's fine. I'm not worried about a Seasoned Dungeoneer really. Copium, huge copium. Oh, I can hide my cradle, hide my power level. That just means I'm gonna get Archon on the next turn, but all right. Deploy the Nettle Sentinels. Yes, I will untap my Nettle Sentinel, as I always will. All right, next turn. If we don't get Archoned, we're doing the thing. We're gonna go super off. Maybe not. We only have to draw 1 card, but how can my opponent realistically beat this? Hardcast Solitude. Hardcast Archon. Hardcast Phyrexian Censor. It's doomed. Revealing Solitude. It's doomed. Can't believe my opponent top deck Mox to play Seasoned Dungeoneer. So can we Green Sun for a Grist? We can. We can Green Sun for Grist, kill Phyrexian Censor, and steal the initiative once. And then we get murdered. Or maybe we're just supposed to kill the seasoned dungeoneer. Actually, we might have to kill the seasoned dungeoneer. We are gonna lose all of our stuff. I have to kill the stupid sensor though, right? If I want to play Magic. Maybe they'll attack Grist for a turn. I think we could never plus because my opponent has an unblockable seasoned dungeoneer. They also have a Solitude that they have drawn this turn. They're actually almost 1 mana away from Angel as well. Maybe they'll just ignore the Grist. Like, they have the unblockable seasoned dungeoneer. Yeah, it has a lot of text on it. Like, really dumb text on it, to be honest. not the coolest text. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ooh, they're leaving the Grist. They're leaving the Grist. Plus 1 mana. Plus 1 mana. Oh no! Stash, let them play the stupid. Oh no! They have an Angel. It's doomed. It's doomed. It's doomed. Uncounterable Angel. Yo, if we draw an Allosaurus Shepherd, we don't have to pay the 1. Just saying. We also are dead on board. Just saying. All right, so start by drawing Allosaurus Shepherd. All right, start by milling and getting a creature into play. Things are bad. Okay, I'm gonna... Ugh. Things are so bad. Is there any way out of this? Actually, there's no way out of this. Unless I attack for lethal this turn. Which I can't. So we're dead. This is unblockable. No, I have an endurance. I have an endurance. Okay, so let me, if I cast Once Upon a Time, find Allosaurus Shepherd. I have no mana after that, so it's fine. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna be on the play with 4 Collector Roofs. Can't ever lose. Submit. Yes. Yes. Deathray Shaman. They had Chancellor again. Wait. Allosaurus Shepherd. Allosaurus Shepherd. Ding, 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 ding. Nice Chancellor, idiot. Got him. I mean, we don't have any fast manas here. Deathray Shaman's pretty bad against mono white. Oh my, how much Moxen? Please don't play an Archon now. I guess that's also bad for me. But at least we lock up their Moxen. No Moxen for you. Man, who told people to play Phyrexian Censor? That guy must be an idiot. Not this guy. The guy who told them to play Phyrexian Censor. It was me. I did it to myself. Again. What is my best line? I guess it's start playing Nettle Sentinels. No, it's me. You think the prince has the reach that I do? Wow, there's a combination, huh? I should have top 8'd that challenge. I just needed to play better. Sad day. Then I could have been the first one. All right. It's okay. The Collector Roof is doing some serious work right now. We are getting close to a lethal attack. We are inching ever closer to a lethal attack here. All we need is a certain number of elves in play. And then we can go cradle, cradle, bam. All right, they have drawn land here, which is not ideal. They can now play a Seasoned Dungeoneer, which I consider not ideal. What is this? Yeah, true. Fair. Fair. True. All right, well, now we're going to need to get a lot of elves in play. Man, this Phyrexian Sensor is nasty. It's okay. When we have 2 Gaia's Cradles, we can still do the plan. The plan can still happen when we have 6 creatures and 2 Gaia's Cradles. Things are fine. They have a Seasoned Dungeoneer. Oh, things are not fine. This doesn't even tax them. They didn't even attack with the unblockable thing. Okay, so this is the turn, right? I just have lethal. Why? Wait. Oh, I don't have. I do have lethal. I have lethal. I can't play the Dino chat. I have lethal. I can't throw this game for content. I'm sorry. I want to throw this game for content just as much as the rest of us do. But I have to attack for lethal before I die. Bet you didn't see that one coming, opponent! Yes. 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 I declare my attackers. Die. Die. What now, opponent? Do. GG. Got him. Welcome back, everybody, to round 4 of this Vintage League. We have finally found someone who will let us cast a dinosaur. It is fellow green wizard Absorbent 3. I think this is the time. I think it's time. We're probably playing against red-green prison. I don't think I'm allowed to keep this hand against red-green prison because my opponent is on... Like, there's sometimes Strip Mine, there's Besageu's, there's Lightning Bolts. I think this hand is risking it too much, I would think. Maybe we can get away with this hand. This hand feels like it's too risky to keep against our opponent's deck. So I'm probably mulliganing this hand. I know I'm on the draw, but I know what my opponent's going to play. And it's not going to be turn 1 Black Lotus Doomsday. So... I just think there's too many Lightning Bolts in their deck. Though there's probably only 1 Lightning Bolt in their deck, and they just draw it. Their deck has a lot of 1-ofs, typically. I don't think they have more than 1 waste, either. I don't know. Let's go find the latest and greatest. They change their list every league, though, so it's really hard to get the latest and greatest. But I'll show you. I'll do a quick. I'll show you. Well, they played challenges recently, so I'm looking at 1 Fury, 1 Lightning Bolt, 1 Wasteland, 1 Strip Mine, 3 Besageu, which would not be that bad. I'm gonna mulligan this. Oh, all right. I believe in this once upon a time. This hand's worse, isn't it? I feel like this hand's worse. I feel like I somehow kept a worse hand. You okay, fair enough, sure. Okay, fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. I guess I should play around Mental Misstep. Basic Forest Brethren. No, come on, man. We were not getting strip mined. Okay, we didn't get strip mined. Okay, all right, okay. I mean, it's probably better that we don't get our cradle strip mined, so we might have to wait. What was that? Did my ceiling fall? I feel like a piece of my ceiling came off. Okay. I'm gonna get my snow-covered forest strip mine so that I can keep my Gaia's Cradle, I think. So I'm gonna go Nettle Sentinel and Wirewood Symbiote. I guess. I don't know. I do have to draw like more spells, so. Alright, also actually I can block with the Allosaur Shepherd. That might actually be good. Actually, if they strip mine me, not good. But I can I can block this Tarmogoyf forever, right? Return an elf to its owner's hand, untap a creature. It's not really I don't think I'm going to use it yet. I mean, I could because it'll give me more glimpse targets. So if I get strip mined and I play glimpse and then I have 2 mana and then I have 2 creatures, so yeah. Well, then I can get Mental Misstep though. So maybe I'll block with the Nettle Sentinel and return it. Okay. All right, second Tarmogoyf. So this works out pretty well for me. Now I can go Glimpse, Sentinel, Green Sun. I'll have to kill the cage before we can Green Sun. Shepherd. Deathray Shaman. We're pretty close to Dinosaur Land. Emerald? Emerald's fine. I mean, we're definitely getting stripped now, seeing as we'll probably have pretty close to a lethal attack. All right. I have produced an army of elves. Your move, opponent. I just haven't drawn it. It's not exactly very good to Green Sun for one. Oh, not for a Dino, I should say. You can't make me register Fierce Empath. Are we not wastelanding me? You have to wasteland me. Absorb in 3. You have to wasteland me. They're doomed. All right, well, I'm gonna get rid of this Grafdigger's Cage. I'm aware that I can't Green Sun into Cage. Why do we keep doing things like I don't have a brain? All right, my opponent didn't strip mine me, so they're dead. Is there anything that makes this better? Oh, whatever, I'll just kill them. Well, you learn once that I am about to make dinosaurs. Not the dinosaur we were looking for, but are these gonna become 5/6s? No way. There's no way, right? I should not have vigored that Grafdigger's Cage. I shouldn't have done it. It was too much. What am I even Green Sun's anything for at this point? I mean, there's nothing that matters, right? I don't even need a reclaimer. Like, I'm gonna kill them on board, right? I guess I'll get a lord. My opponent had the strip mine. They could have saved this. This didn't have to happen. I guess I did have what? Did I have lethal? 1, 2. Nah, I wasn't lethal. Oh, if I attack with my symbiote, it was lethal. You can't make the Lord play. You can't make the Lord lethal play, and you know the reason? The reason is Simian Spirit Guide Lightning Bolt. And you might be thinking, Justin, that's not a good reason. No, it is. Trust me. You have to play against Absorbent 3 enough times, and you will know. Simian Spirit Guide Lightning Bolt is a thing you have to play around. No dismember. There's no dismembers. That is not a red or green card. No dismembers. Simian Spirit Guide Lightning Bolt. Oh, you mean bring in dismember? We can bring in dismember. That's fair. Do we bring in Rex Sage in case they like Cinder Vines us or something? We don't care about Cinder Vines, right? That's non-creature spell. They do have Sylvan Library. I don't think we ever need a Collector Roof first them. They have 1 Cage main. What is a Mind Collapse? If it's your turn, you may sacrifice a mountain rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Deal 5 damage to target creature or player. What? Oh. They do have a Crop Rotation Tabernacle as mono 1/ofs. I'm gonna bring in an Endurance. And another Endurance. Submit. All right. My hand. You would think after the game we had where we drew 12 mana pieces that, you know, I would have mana in my opening hand. No. Factually inaccurate. Keep. I'm gonna get Collector Roofed. My body's ready. Chalice on 0. All right, what do you got for me? Show me the business. Taiga? Forest? Mountain? Taiga Gaming. Okay. And then what? Orcish Lumberjack. That is one of my favorite cards. I am a huge Orcish Lumberjack fan. I have a feeling we're going to get Minx and Bood, which would be problematic. All right, time to cast some Elves. I'm going to start with this Elven Visionary in case I hit, I don't know, something good. Yeah, Hardcast Fury would be pretty funny. I'm gonna play correctly this time, where I don't get murdered by Semi Spirit Guide Lightning Bolt. You gotta be. All right, fair enough. I should have played the Death Ray Shaman. Whoops. Okay. What's the worst thing that can happen off it? Oh, Gaia's Cradle. Let's go. Gaia's Cradle Gaming. What's the worst thing that can happen here? Minx and Boo? It's got to be Minx and Boo, right? It's pretty good here. Whoa! What was that? The spell can't be countered. Deal 1 damage to our creature player. If it is white or blue, deal 5. I can block the Orcish Lumberjack? I guess I'm punished for not playing Death Ray Shaman. All right, I'll take 2. If you didn't have anything to play off the Lumberjack this turn, let's just hope you never draw anything. All right, if I hit a land, I didn't really do anything. Ooh. I got uber punished for not playing my Death Ray Shaman. Why not block and trade? I don't know. It didn't seem good. I kind of need my elves, right? I should definitely have attacked first, though. Justin's learning. Okay. Thing is exalted. I don't know if you knew. Yeah, but they clearly don't need mana. They had nothing to cast. I don't think that trade's good for us. We have to keep creatures in play. How else are we going to cast Imperiosaur? Who cares about Cradle? Who cares about Lumberjack? Not me. I would never block there. What if I draw Cradle? Double exalted. Things are bad, by the way. Things are real bad. What was my best green sun target? Maybe I'm supposed to go for a 1-drop and a Dryad Arbor. Whoops. Why did I go for a 2-drop? Did I just want to get an Elf Crown Visionary? I guess we could get a Birchlore Ranger and then play and get a Dryad Arbor. We could get a Quirion. Quirion is actually kind of good here. Man, why did I pay so much mana, man? So bad. I can do this. And then untap this and return this. And then I can go get a Grist. Hello? Gaming? I drew it up the whole. I had it. I knew the whole time. Gaming. Let's go. I'm so smart. We are winning this game unless our opponent finds Fury. Oof. It is. Imagine wanting to trade with a Lumberjack last turn. Imagine wanting to trade with a Lumberjack. Not Justin. I have Grist tokens forever. Now can we dino? We are close to dinoing. We need a little help. If we hit a land drop, we are dinoing. Of course not. Why would we? I guess we could maybe Quirion Ranger Does that get us there? I guess we could Query and Ranger, right? That's a Lego land drop. All right, mill my grist. Float a green. Oh, I guess we have tons of mana, huh? How do they ever beat a dino? They just don't, right? Is there any, like... There's no value in getting rid of a land, right? I don't need that in my life. I just need the forest. Oh, can I untap the Quirion? Oh, wait. The Quirion Ranger doesn't tap. Nothing matters. Untap. I don't know. This thing. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Boom! Let's go! 2020 achieved! Well, not really. It's 1616, but, you know. 1616 achieved! Your move, Absorbing 3. You got a dino bigger than me? I don't think so. One day we'll achieve a 2020. That's a big dinosaur. What you gonna do about it? Attack with your little Lurgoyf? Your little Lurgoyf? It's so cute. That's a cute little Lurgoyf you got there. It's dead. It's dead. I probably should have done other things, but I'm attacking with this dinosaur for lethal. No one can stop me. I did not need to kill the Tarmogoyf, notably. Man, I had so many other things I should have done here. It's fine. Everything's fine. I could have gone and tried to find something good. Like an Allosaurus Shepherd. Yeah, man, the card's okay, I guess. Untap my Imperiosaur. Oh, it'll be bad. My Imperiosaur has Vigilance. Bet your Imperiosaur doesn't have Vigilance. No, my Pulse died. Oh no, that's so bad. I didn't extend the session. Oh. If I have to run the script again, I'm gonna be so mad. What are we doing here? I have no idea if it's still running or not. I doubt it. I gotta. That thing is awfully big. Yes, it is. Okay, here we go. Fifth and final round of this Vintage League with dinosaurs. We have done the thing. We have cast a dinosaur and attacked for lethal with it. I am very happy. Now, can we get our money back? 2-2, money back gaming. Our opponent has been playing Aggrovine recently, even though there's sometimes a combo gamer. So I want to look for a hand that's good against Aggrovine. I don't think this hand is it. This hand is probably what we're going to do. So we can go Forest Shepherd. I mean, it's not high power, but it's at least something. My opponent has mulligan to 3 cards, including a Serum Powder. That's good for the home team. I'm trying to wonder if like Dryad Arbor is better here. Probably is, right? I feel like it is. Like if our opponent wastelands us, it's fine. Yeah, basically Legacy. Except we have a Black Lotus sometimes. I had to okay, all right. It's not a bad mull to like 3 or something. The problem is like the numbers here just don't really work out for Glimpse of Nature, huh? So we can play 3 creatures this turn, or we can play 1 creature and Glimpse for 1. Or we could do nothing, I guess. Maybe I think the answer is actually just Forest Deathrite Shaman. And then I'm going to hold the rest and go for next turn. I can get my Dryad Arbor wastelanded, which would probably be the worst thing that could possibly happen on this next turn, but I think that's okay. My opponent has got a very low power hand because of the mulliganing. Oh my gosh. Okay, sure. No basic is safe on my stream. Well, interesting. They hit the forest. It's good for us. All right, so technically they can have mental misstep, but I think that's fine. I guess technically I could cast 2 glimpses and draw 4. Is that better than an additional mana? Probably. It's probably worse, right? It's probably worse than just playing the Nettlecyst, getting the additional mana, and maybe glimpsing again at some other point. Ooh, wow. That kind of changes things, huh? Is it good to hit Bazaar here? I'm not even sure it's like super good to hit Bazaar here. That is interesting. I could hit the hollow one. That's probably worse. Eventually I'll be able to block this hollow one. Oh, they have nothing in their deck. Nice. Thanks, Canister. Oh, oh, they hit Gaia's Cradle off the top. That's pretty good. We're almost lethal, though. I guess we have hard cast Vigor on this hollow one as well. Oh, no. Hex Drinker's so good here. Green Sun Zenith. All right. How do we win? Maybe we Zenith for the Lord and Vigor the Hollow One in their upkeep, pitching the Glimpse. And that will give us a 4 elf attack next turn if they don't top deck Wasteland. I think that's the best choice. I mean, I could glimpse for like one of the bounce creatures and try to go. I could glimpse and go for like the bounce creature or something, but that doesn't seem good. I think this is the best. I'm gonna go Leaf Crowned Visionary. And then I am going to... There are no creatures in the yard to eat with Deathrite Shaman. That's unfortunate. I am gonna just attack with my Nettle Sentinel. And then on their upkeep, I'm gonna Vigor the Hollow One. And I think I am in a good spot. Their best draw is Wasteland. I'm going to do it in their upkeep so they can't pay, you know, they can only up the Hex Shrinker less times. And I actually can eat this Hollow One because I have Dryad Arbor. That's cool. All right, I think we're okay. We almost lost this game. Like, that was a pretty scary Mold of 3 or whatever. But this thing can't block. And this thing is only going to be a 4/4. And our next attack is with a bunch of 6/6s and 5/5. And they're going to have to block at least one. Oh, we cast a Dino. We had 2 opportunities to cast the Dino, and we did cast it in one of them. What more can you ask? This game? Can't cast a Dino, so we have to make Dinos. Fair. Chalice on 1. You got it. Doesn't do anything. Oh, Chalice is cast against us tonight. All right, so opponent is in big trouble. Real big trouble. It is as bananas as you say. Okay, and then draw, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, I can do another Shepherd is 6 as well, so no reason not to do that. Sorry, can't be countered. Whoop. Whoop. This will convince them not to keep Chalice of the Void in, so I don't have to worry about it next time. Got him. Poor Nash just always gets the rough end of my bruise here. I'm always playing some nonsense, and they always are just so sad. It is super doomed for you. I cannot lie. Actually have to chump with the Hex Shrinker as well, because these things are all going to get +1/+1, so it's actually 18 damage. This deck slaps. I love Allosaurus Shepherd. It's so much fun. Boom! Erect. Got him. All right. So we don't bring in Leyline of the Void because opponent only has Hex Shrinkers. Or sorry, they only have Vengevines and Bloodghast. It's not worth it. I do want to bring in Grist. And I do want to bring in Endurance, because Endurance is a 3/4. that can also stop like a Vengevine thing. I do want to bring in Rex Sage as well, because Rex Sage kills Hollow One, but I don't really want to bring in something like Dismember. But all these Vigors have to come out anyways, as does this Collector Roof, and then one more Magic card. Survey says... Allosaur? I mean, like theoretically, you don't need Allosaur Shepherd, but it just pumps everyone. It's so good. Probably Shepherd, though. Okay, so hopefully our opponent doesn't have a 7-card hand, but we can't expect them to mulligan as much as they did last time. We don't have an Endurance to stop a Vengevine draw. We do have a Deathrite Shaman, but we don't have a lot of fast mana. We don't have a Cradle. But can we really be mulliganing this hand? Opponent has Powdered. And opponent has Powdered again. They did keep in Chalice of the Void, and that's worth noting. Maybe we have to keep in the 4th Shepherd. Unfortunately, we don't have like a Tabernacle in our deck. They are mulliganing. I think I'm going to mulligan my hand. I just don't think it's strong enough. The problem is we don't really have that many strong hands. Like, is this hand stronger? Yeah, it has a Gaia's Cradle, so technically true. But I don't know. All right, they got a 6-card hand. See what happens. We have some leeway because we're on the draw. If we lose, we could be on the play. The problem is our deck is not a very high power level deck. It doesn't have very many good hands. Bloodghast, Rootwalla, any Hollow Boys? One Hollow Boy. Any more Hollow Boys? No more Hollow Boys. All right, I'm going to go Verdant Catacombs into Snow-Covered Forest into Green Sun for a Dryad Arbor. Your move, opponent. So next turn we have Quirion Ranger, Gaia's Cradle, Green Sun for 2. Or, yeah, probably that. Or we have Quirion Ranger, Gaia's Cradle, Beseiju. We probably are going to end up Beseijuing this Hollow One, if I had to guess. The Bazaar shouldn't matter at this point too much. We'll see, though. Oh, come on! How, dude, chat. How many Strip Mines have been drawn today? And how many Wastelands have been drawn today? Like... my opponents have had Strip Mine in every game. Second Hollow One? Uh-oh. Not afraid of Tabernacle. Okay, I see you, opponent. I see you. I'm just drawing all lands. How many times? Every single time, huh? All right, this game is still winnable. This game is still winnable. Absolutely winnable game. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Game is no longer winnable. I think this game was totally winnable if they didn't hit exactly Wasteland off that Bazaar activation. Because I kill this, I take 7, and then I untap it, and I Endurance, get a 3/4. Can I afford a blocking? I feel like I just have to do a blocking. Obviously, blocking Bloodghast, not great, but I think the life total matters. Limps, not a great draw, I have to say. This gets me an Elvish Reclaimer, which is a 3/4. Almost blocking Hollow One. Maybe I need 2 Elvish Reclaimers in my deck so I can double block Hollow One at some point in life. All right, we've slowed the bleeding. The bleeding has slowed. Okay. I do die to a Bloodghast, too. That's kind of bad. If I had a Tabernacle, they would lose the game. I don't have a Tabernacle in my deck, though. Oh, hello. 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 Oh, is it grist? It's a grist angle, right? Block, block, go to one. Oh, it's a grist angle. I think grist is better than endurance, right? Endurance stops bloodgast, and I get a double block. You think Rex Siege here? Really? Really? You all want a Rex Siege? I don't like that at all. Isn't Grist just way better than Rex Siege? Grist is like so much better than Rex Siege here, right? The nice thing is that Rex Siege does deal with the immediate problem, but the Rex Siege blocks so badly that if they bring back Bloodgast, I block Reclaimer, trade Rex Siege, take one. I guess that's not bad. It's not bad. Grist, I don't die to a land drop. Grist, I'm not shooting the hollow one. Grist, I'm plussing, chumping the hollow one, eating the Bloodgast, going to one. Untap. I still have a Reclaimer, Dryad Arbor. I get a new 1/1, 3 blockers. Can't double block, have to go across the board, but it's still fine. Basically the Grist chumps the hollow one in every turn and it continues to make Cradle bigger. And then eventually I can use it to kill something if I need to. Rex Siege could be good though. Like Rex Siege isn't bad. Like there's also like some serious merit to endurance. Yes, it does. It makes it gives me +1 on my cradle. I guess they all give me +1 on my cradle. But like eventually I'm gonna deal with the thing. The endurance stops the bloodgast, and then I have a double block on hollow one. I just don't like the endurance also has a lot of merit here. I'm gonna go. Let's try Rex Sage. I still think that it's possible that Grist is better here. I'm not sure though. I could be wrong. This block isn't horrible if they bring back Bloodgast. It's a block Bloodgast, trade root wall. Like yeah, it's like not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, if they hit 2 Bloodgasts here, or like if they hit a ton of Bloodgast, it's bad for me. They hit another Bloodgast. So land. Okay, it wasn't land. Woo, no, you should not play this Emerald. Why are you playing this Emerald? What are you doing, opponent? Maybe they were doing it so they can activate an upkeep. Try to hit root wallas for the Vengevine. I think that's worse than trying to find land and bring back double Bloodgast. We're in a precarious situation. Any creature is good draw, please. And even, obviously Green Sun for Endurance is also great. Okay, that's sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. Do I want to tap my Dryad Arbor? Will I die if I tap my Dryad Arbor? If they bring back everything, I will not die. Okay, cool. Glimpse. We don't have a bog or a strip mine in this version of the deck. We are not interacting with our opponent. Oh, they're assuming that we're getting a bog. That could be true. All right, cool. I have a lot of creatures now. I also have almost a lethal attack. I actually technically have a lethal attack on the next turn if they had no blockers. And at some point, we'll be able to hold up Gaia's Cradle and for blocking as well. I think we're clawing ahead here, but they do have a double blood. Oh, they didn't activate an upkeep. They top decked Natural Bazaar. Are you real life? Real life? We're not double activating? We're not double activating? We can hit Root Walla. I mean, they only have 4 Root Wallas left. You gotta double activate there. I mean, I can't even like make an attack back anyways. So this is here. This is here. I'm gonna start killing things off, I think. This is here. I'm just gonna block everything. I think my life total matters a lot. And I don't know how much these creatures matter. I still have Green Sun for Endurance. Cool. I mean, they get to refill. Is Green Sun for Endurance better than Grist here? I guess they have a Vengevine in their yard, so the answer is probably yes. They should probably double activate in response and try to hit double Root Wall. I'll bring back the Vengevine. We got to talk with Nash after this game and tell them to watch the VOD. Because there's a lot of things they could have done here. All right, end of turn is not that bad either. They bend a Vengevine. They have Dismembers in. Interesting. All right, what else? They have another Dismember. Okay. Upkeep, activate for sure. They hound one Rootwalla, so now all they need to do is hit a Rootwalla off a Bazaar or a castable green creature. They hit double Rootwalla, return Vengevine. That is crazy. Wild. I mean, I had to just block it. I probably have to trade with it too. I mean, 2 Bazaars is a lot of Bazaars, and Endurance doesn't exile, it just shuffles them back in. That's why I was thinking like Grist might be better, but that would have brought back like probably would have been pretty bad. Deathrite Shaman is a great draw. That is a fantastic draw. That not only does that block everything, but I'm gonna start eating their creatures. That is a great draw. Pretty wild game. All right, so they have probably not upkeep activate because they have a card in hand. This lets them find a card, play a card, then then activate. I mean, it might not be enough. We have to see what my opponent pitches here. If they bring back another Vengevine, it's really bad for us. Cradle, activate. Okay, 2 Vengevines in the yard, which is too many to pick up, but they can't attack anymore because this blocks here, this blocks here. It's all fine. I guess I should change my Bayou into... No, I have to keep my Bayou, actually, because I want a Deathrite, maybe? I was like, could thin out Forest, but I actually don't have another Bayou, so... Oh, I have a Forest. I should have thinned this Forest. That's what I should have done. I didn't see this Forest because it was tapped. It was invisible to me. Yeah, I'm punished. I know. The worst thing that can happen will always happen. I understand. I understand. Fine. Okay. Every time, without fail. All right, they didn't hit any root walls that time, so no Vengevines are coming back this turn, which means I should be able to be protecting myself. Though Hex Drinker is... I was going to say Hex Drinker is nuts. This is ridiculous. They hit everything that can... Oh, I just... every time. Every single time. It's crazy. Is it not crazy? Does this happen to everyone else or just me? I don't have answers for this. I have to hit Grist immediately. I have to immediately hit Grist or Green Sun Zenith for Grist. Or else it's doomed. They actually can level this up. Not high enough yet, but maybe. All right, I only have one more forest, so I'll get a fetch land and then fetch on upkeep. They have to hit a land drop. I think it's okay. Yeah, you might be right though. I mean, the problem is if they flip a Hex Shrinker, we can't beat it anyways. So I think the answer is no. Like if they flip a Hex Shrinker, we are just dead. Just dead. So there's no counterplay. We're not gonna activate this time. Based. I bet this one's a land drop, isn't it? Nope. No interaction in our deck. We chose not to interact. All right. They hit another Vengevine and a Blazing Rootwalla, which lets them turn on the Hex. You like this? This is crazy. This is crazy. I feel like I should have went Grist. I don't know if that would have changed the game at all, but the top deck Hex Drinker after they were on 0 cards and they top decked the Hex Drinker. They were on 0 cards and they top decked the Cradle. Like they didn't keep these cards with the Cradle. Actually, they might have kept after like going up 1 and then activated. But the Hex Drinker was totally top deck. I guess I should have put some bizarre interaction in my deck. But I only have 1 Reclaimer in my deck. It just keeps popping up that we keep getting it. Like, obviously, this is not the best way to build the deck. Like, I would definitely, recommend playing my other Elves version that has a Bazooka Bog, it has a Strip Mine, it has a Tabernacle. Are we supposed to play this members? No, have Grist, man. Yeah, we tutored our deck. We had 2 tutors. We had multiple tutors. Tutors should be just as good as drawing like random cards. We just don't have the cards in our deck that make it good. Enough, I guess. Oh. Man, this hand is low power. So much mana. We either have no mana or all of our mana. It's a wild combination. I really don't want to use this Once Upon a Time or this Boseiju as my mana source for the turn, but looks like we might have to. So I could take Fetch Land and play Heritage Druid, and then I can go untap, play Symbiote, kill their Bazaar. It's like so bad. It's really bad. Just like completely turns off our Glimpse as well. I guess Symbiote kind of turns on our Glimpse though, so maybe it's fine. And they kept a 7-card hand this time, so maybe we just have no chance. Like they haven't even had a good hand yet. They haven't even had a single hand that was like Rootwalla, Vengevine. I haven't had a hand that had Endurance in it, or I don't know. I feel like game 2 we should definitely have been winning game 2. We had the right answers, but it just wasn't right. And like if I had a Deathrite Shaman earlier, we would be fine. Here's a Vengevine. They have to have double hollow one to bring it back though. Looks like they don't have double hollow one. What's the chance they have double Bazaar though? All right, no forest in the sideboard. That's good for us. Oh, what's up, Waterfalls? We're in the last match, the last game. Hex Drinker Gaming. We're not Hex Drinker Gaming, we're Dino Gaming, but... Alright, Creatures, good draw here. Nice. So I think what we want to do is play our land, play Glimpse, play Heritage Druid, draw a card, make 3 mana, return, play a new Heritage Druid. Or if we draw another creature, another elf, then we can tap and make mana. So, Glimpse. Heritage Druid. Drew of Land. 3 mana. Untap this. Return this. Heritage Druid. Nettle Sentinel. All right. Nettle Sentinel. Another one. Another one. Man, how do we, like, do I have the wrong land count in this deck? What is going on? Okay. That's fine. Oh, what's this? Okay, sure. Classic Hex Drinker Chalice on one deck. All right, Allosaur Shepherd for the win. That's fine. That might do it. Should I fetch first? Allosaur Shepherd for the win. Actually, we might not have enough mana anymore. Maybe I need to float mana here. And then I can untap this and untap that. That's probably not going to help me. Whoops. Hello. Hello. So do we kill the Hex Drinker? We don't have to kill the Hex Drinker, right? We can just plus, kill it next turn. If they want to level up, it's fine. I don't think they have anything that punishes me for that, unless they draw, like, Bizarre off the top and bring back Vengevine, maybe. I should have attacked with the Nettlecyst, maybe? I don't know. Something's fine. I can just block and return with Symbiote. So we're fine. Though I can't replay anything I return because Chalice. So give and take. They don't have a Fury in their deck. So they are going to level. They are going to level once and then Wasteland my Cradle. Okay. That's weird. I mean, I guess that makes sense if they're going to Wasteland my Cradle that they would level. All right, so I don't have to return anything into the Chalice, which is great. They won't even be able to replay any more Hex Drinkers. So we're in a great spot. We drew another forest. Okay. I am going to sack my creature and destroy this. I guess I can get a Dryad Arbor with this Windswept Heath. Do I leave something back in case they draw Bazaar and get a Vengevine? No, because I have a Wirewood Symbiote, so I can untap something. Yeah, I mean, this Chalice stops all of their Root Wallas and all of their Hex Shrinkers. Oh, we have Arbor as well. True. I mean, getting Arbor into my opponent's Strip Mine Wasteland draw is not great, but it's probably fine. Nope. They just had to check. They had to make sure, you know? It's totally fair. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We just get... I mean, we can get the 2-drop Elf and pump the team too, right? I think that's better. I mean, how close am I to shepherding for a kill? So the problem is the things that get pumped are the elves, right? And I can only attack with 1, 2... Yeah, that Beseiju was super good. So even if I get a Allosaurus Shepherd and then tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I'm supposed to get an Allosaurus Shepherd anyways, right? Because they have a Chalice on 1. And I can return the Shepherd to untap this. So there's 11? Could I have done that better? And then we just replay the Shepherd through the Chalice. Let's go! Bazaar has been vanquished! They did top deck the Bazaar on the last turn. We're getting Vengevine. Here comes Root Walla. Counter the... They have 2 Vengevines. They have 2 Vengevines. They have 2 Vengevines. Uh-oh. 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 Oh my god. F3, 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 F3. Bazaar gamers, they're at it again. They actually don't have enough creatures to block. No, you can't play a Hex Shrinker. Oh, wait, it's a Collector Roof? They live! No, they don't live. They're still dead on board. Oh, they live! All right. No, wait, they're still dead on board. I have Grist. Went through a lot of emotions there. Took me a while to process all of the things that are happening. That was such a good turn. They top deck Bazaar in the last possible turn, hit a second Vengevine, hit Hollow 1 Root Walla, brought back them both, and played a Collector Roof and killed the Dryad Arbor. It was incredible. They're attacking? That leaves you dead on board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know I have a Shepherd. 1, 2, 3. You're at 2. I'm gonna block anyways because I still have like Sack Shepherd as well or something. Whatever. You can kill my Grist. I'm just gonna kill you. Oh, I can get Elf Lord too. It sounds like fun. Die. Let's go! Dino money back! Yes, yes, yes. We take those. I've actually went 3-2 with this deck twice. It's totally fine. And we've lost to Prison Shops, which I think is like gotta be one of our best like it's super good matchup. Super good matchup. We could have cast the Dino twice though. What do you think about that? The Dino didn't matter much in this league, but in my previous league, the Dino mattered like a decent amount. But yeah, we didn't cast too many Dinos, but you know, it's okay. This is vintage. It's hard to cast new standard legal Magic cards, and we made a big 16-16, so I am content. So yeah, Dino, no, it's not really good enough for vintage. The lengths you have to go to cast it make it quite hard to cast in vintage because you don't want to play that many creatures in vintage. However, the whole combo Elves shell, it is low power for vintage, but it's not bad. It's totally passable. Things like Force of Vigor help you really, like, we didn't even play against a lot of Urza Saga decks, but Force of Vigor against Urza Saga decks, especially Allosaurus Shepherd plus Oof and Allosaurus Shepherd plus Vigor against like Blue Saga decks. Oh, it's great. So when the metagame calls for a deck like this can be pretty good. We didn't really face our prime problem matchups like Doomsday. Doomsday is really, really bad. But we did face some of our good matchups, and they didn't even go that well anyways. So, yeah, Concordant Crossroads is just like not a very good Magic card, and you can't tutor it. And like we have a couple toolbox shells between Green Sun Zenith and Elvish Reclaimer, and there's no way to tutor for it, so I don't really like it. And obviously, like the hasty dinosaur didn't matter at all inside of our league. Like simply resolving a dinosaur on like a reasonable board state is going to win you the game. The problem is like we have no interaction to give us a reasonable board state, so we have to hope that like our opponent hasn't murdered us, which is not what you want to be doing in vintage. You don't want your opponent. You don't want to like hope your opponent hasn't murdered you. So. This was fun. This was a good league deck, but I wouldn't recommend it. You know, you actually could take out these Imperiosaurs, play 2 Natural Order, 1 Crater Hoof, and one Once Upon a Time, and play like a very aggressive combo Elves deck. And I actually think the deck would be pretty good. Like a totally passable deck. I definitely think Natural Order Hoof is a better card than playing Imperiosaur, but you gotta make some sweet decks with the new cards when they come out, right? We are hitting the back end of my initial Mom Brews. Unfortunately, the Luris Rona deck that I made does not work. I had a wrong idea about how Rona worked. If I wanted to make it work, I could make it work. I have to play like some pretty bad cards, so maybe we play that in a league on some other night. But I was gonna play it in a challenge, but my deck idea did not work out. I did 3-2 with it, even though the deck didn't work at all. But yeah, so the only deck we haven't yet played on stream is the Yuta Fairies deck, which is also probably like a league deck or maybe a prelim deck. So we'll have to see what we want to do come Saturday for the next Vintage Challenge. Maybe it'll be back to the normal nonsense, but maybe we'll find some more cool ideas to do in the meantime as well. So make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the content. Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos. I will see you then.